No.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of YOMO. This is the Year of Magical Learning podcast. And believe it or not, we are on episode 219. And I think this is one of the familiar book about one of our favorite molecule, the molecule of more. But this is a different book. It's called Dopamine Nation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Dopamine Nation. That's the book. Yeah.
It's kind of like the perfect title of a book that I feel like both of us would enjoy. Dopamine Nation, finding balance in the age of indulgence, right? Like, I mean, balance is one of our core values. And we like the concept around dopamine and what we've learned in the past. And I was like, man, this is going to be a good book. And I was right. It was good. I enjoyed it. This one was a little bit of a different angle than The Molecule of More, though. It was written by Dr. Anna Lembke, and she is a psychiatrist, and she took a look at dopamine. You know how The Molecule of More was a little bit more about like the science of dopamine and what it does to your brain, how it drives action or doesn't drive action. This book isn't really very scientific necessarily. It's a little bit more practical. Like, what does life look like when the molecule of more takes over and spirals out of control, and how it leads to a lot of pain and overconsumption and addiction and things like that, because that's what she does. So it was a lot of stories about her patients that were sex addicts or drug addicts or overeaters and like compulsory did these things. The thought is how to find balance. Like, we're inundated with, like she says right here, it's like a modern day hypodermic needle delivering 24/7 digital dopamine for a wired generation. There's a whole lot of options to be addicted to bad stuff, right? In this world, this was an interesting take on it. So my reflection title for this one is Make Your Addictions Matter. This is what this book made me think about. My whole life, personally, I think I've told you this before, but I've always told myself, like, as an identity, I have an addictive personality. If somebody asked me to describe myself, I would have said, yeah, I think I do have an addictive personality. There's been at various times in my life, I'm not ashamed to say that I've been addicted to a lot of things, good and bad. I've been addicted to sports and achievement. I've been addicted to school and achievement in school. I've been addicted to tobacco, whether it be smokeless tobacco or cigarettes. I've been addicted to video games when I was a little kid, playing with my friends all the time. My phone, I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to ESPN. I used to watch it on a loop, growing up as a kid. Or I've been addicted to gambling before in my life, where I didn't like how I felt and I stopped. I've probably still am addicted to chips. I just fucking love eating potato chips and tortilla chips. It's like my passion, my snack time passion. I used to always say my whole life, I have an addictive personality. Like, I even joke with my wife constantly about, I'll never divorce her, because when I like something, I just stick with it. I've had the same towel. I've had the same fucking towel. No joke. Take a guess how long I've had the same towel.
20 years.
I got it going into my freshman year of college. So I would have been 18. Yeah, it'd be 20 years. I'm 38 years old. Yeah, I've had the same towel for 20 years. And no joke, I probably only wash it like once a month, because I just kind of like the feel of it, and I'm cool with that. Like, it's not a big deal to me at all. Like, I just don't care. When I like something, I like it. I don't know if that's crazy, if I have an addictive personality or what, but this is how my brain works. And this is how my actions reflect that a lot of times. But what I've kind of come to realize on this journey is I don't think that's abnormal anymore. I really don't. I think that everybody has an addictive personality. I think that's just natural. I think that's what humans do. I think we have addictive personalities. And whatever your addiction of choice is, I think, everybody has an addiction of choice, whether it be even the people that are the ultimate, selfless people. They're addicted to giving. I guarantee you, like, every single person in this world has a lot of addictions that they funnel their time and attention into. And but here's what I've learned, I guess, after realizing that, after reading these books, learning about like The Molecule of More and Dopamine Nation and every other thing that we've learned about on this journey, it's the key is, if we know that we all are addicted, and that these chemicals drive what we do anyway, it's make your freaking addictions matter. Make them work for you and not against you, So that's been the biggest fundamental change that I've discovered on this journey, is taking control of your addictions, like, and saying, it's okay, I'm addicted to stuff, but now I want to be addicted to my mission, my purpose, and my values. I want to be addicted every single day to doing stuff that aligns to how I say I want to live my life. I want to be addicted to those things. And I am. Like, it's been over 1,000 days since my daughter's died that I haven't woken up and written in my journal, gone on a run, or done some form of exercise, or read or listened to a book. Like, if that's not addiction, I don't know what is. We're on book reflection 219, of a podcast. You and I have met every single goddamn day almost since we met almost 2.5 years ago now, or whatever the hell it is, and you're like, talk about addiction, right? These aren't bad addictions. Like, I don't even want to, I want to make it crystal clear. Like, addictions aren't bad. Addictions are good if you're funneling into the direction that you want to go in. because I mean, without a doubt, I'm an addict of living for two with my daughter at this point in time. I can't imagine my life without it, and I don't want to imagine my life without it. The only difference is at this point in time, it's not some helter-skelter, crazy, like just doesn't make any sense, rhyme or reason. I'm playing tennis or I'm playing video games or I'm, gambling or I'm eating potato chips or I'm, trying to, achieve in my job or my career or whatever it is. Like all those didn't have a really rhyme or reason. Like everything that I do now, I would say the bulk of what I do today during my day-to-day time frame is geared toward my addictions. That was kind of what I learned from this book is it's okay to be addicted, but just make your addictions matter. Yeah, don't fight nature, just embrace it. So a question I had for everybody is, what are you addicted to? And do those addictions align to the life that you want to live?
I mean, it's hard to argue with that because, like, when you're going through these reflection, and the one thing that thinks like comes to my mind say, if you're not addicted to something, you're not human.
Yeah, I agree. How you can not be?
I mean, we are addicted to something or another, regardless what it is. You can say, hey, I'm this bad person, I'm addicted to drugs, alcohol. But there's the people who are addicted to, like, bodybuilding or
Yeah.
health fitness or like
Alex Honnold climbing free soloing El Capitan, like talk about addiction. The dude lives in a van in Yosemite National Park and dude's addicted.
But that's the thing, is that's part of our human nature. It's
Yeah.
our DNA. We have to be addicted to something. If you are not addicted to something, I don't think you're even alive. And so the thing is, if you're going to be addicted to something, and with your reflection, say, hey, be addicted to something that matters to you, versus be addicted to random things that is, in your proximity, because you are close to drug. Oh, I'm addicted to drug. But if you understand what it is that makes you the person you want, the person you're supposed to be, the addiction is powerful because that's part of the human drive to move forward.
Right.
That's the addiction. That's the dopamine in essence, right? We're talking about the molecule, more the science behind the molecules. This is more like the effect of what the dopamine does to you. But like I say, going through these things, if you're not addicted to something, aren't you even living?
Right.
Right. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't think, and I agree with you. And you said this, if if you're not addicted to something, you're not even human. This is part of who we are. Everybody's addicted to something. They change
a lot of things. They're addicted to a lot of things. You could even say you're addicted to probably brushing your teeth every morning. What would you do if you didn't brush your teeth?
If you're awful, if you like, just don't feel healthy in a way. And so that's the thing. It's part of who we are. And like you say, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
But society,
being having addiction is good, but addiction to the wrong thing, it's bad. Exactly. But addiction in general is good. It's just that you're addicted to something that counteracts who you are as a person.
Right.
Right. Because if you have an addiction to something that, in the alignment, it will help you further the amount of joy or the cause you want or whatever it is. It's going to align to it. If you're addicted to something bad, then it's going to take away. And so when you are addicted to something that takes away, well, you have less time of it. If you're addicted to alcohol, then it's counteracting your health, right? It's an addiction. It is part of who we are. And as long as we have that, we are living. Some people suffer from pain, but they still would rather be addicted to something than not be addicted to something. Because, like I said, if you are not addicted to something, you're not human or you're not alive.
I mean, even if you are alive, then
you're not human.
Worse, the most boring life ever, probably. There's nothing that excites you. But
that's what I'm saying is, have you ever seen a person that lived long that has no drive?
No, of course. That's
exactly.
your ikigai. That's
exactly. This is what I'm saying is, you can't be alive and you cannot be human, because that is one of the fundamental genes that a human possess that makes human who we are as a species. If you don't have it, right, you're not human. And if you don't have it, right, and you're alive, you're not going to live that long, because that's what makes you want to survive and continue to push forward, regardless of there is like tiny slim sliver of hope. People still drive towards it. Because the thing, if you say, hey, if it's like less than 90%, chance of success, right? No one will continue. Okay, hey, there's 10% I might not make it, whatever. You never do it. But since you only have like 1% and you still want to live, it's like, how does human willpower, it's so resilient in that it continues to live even there is only a tiny, tiny, tiny probability of success. People still have hope and they still drive them to continue. You look at people who can survive the prisoner camps, they survive concentration camps, survive like the most arduous, conditions. This is what I'm calling the human drive. That human drive is what keeps you alive. And if you don't have it, right, you're not going to be alive and you're not going to do anything to push yourself forward. The thing is, time you will always will be spent. You can either spend on nothing or spend on something that gives you some positive emotions. Because you can spend doing
or it can
things
be
that
on
you
negative.
hate.
I mean,
Exactly, you do something you hate. It's a negative emotions.
Well, you could do stuff that you love, but actually is negative. Like I
just
love gambling, but like it was a bad
take
consequence.
two people. Just take two people. One is very argumentative and one is very agreeable, right? And if you like the agreeable person, right, it's gonna make you feel good. So you can spend an hour of your day with an argumentative person,
right?
Or with it. I mean, they are going to be spent regardless. So addiction is going to be an addicted something regardless. So you got to pick the right kind of addiction that adds into your to who you are, to your core being, versus taking away. When it takes away, basically it's negates a lot of the a lot of who you are and a lot of who we want to be. So you can have less of just like saying I'm a beaver, and I would like to spend 90% of all my entire life in a water environment, in a river where I can build my dams, or I can spend more of that time in a dry desert or in a Arctic tundra somewhere. It's so you look at it, I have to spend that time either way. But imagine me spending time in the desert and the tundra. How long do you think that beaver can survive? Right? It's one of those things where this is a fundamental part of humanity. Therefore, it's going to attach itself to something. You're going to be addicted to something that if you're in a driver's seat, you can choose the kind of thing you're addicted to, or it's going to be driven for you.
It doesn't, I mean, it could be anything that will perk my interest. I didn't grow up in a household that played poker all the time. I happened to move into a fraternity where every night we had a poker game, and then I liked it. I got kind of good at it. Then online poker started happening, and we would all spend all day long playing online poker. By the time that I was 23 years old or whatever, and I graduated, that was what I did in my free fun time, or went to a casino. It wasn't like I chose this stuff. It just, I happened upon it. I liked it.
Because like, the thing is, when you don't have a sense of who you are, you're going to take anything.
Just do it. Right. I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I was like, this sounds fun. Let's do it. Like, and I mean, it wasn't like intentionally trying to go down some negative path. I don't think anybody that ever first did took a first sip of alcohol was like, yeah, I want to be an alcoholic.
I want to be an alcoholic.
Right.
I want to be a drug addict. I want to be an alcoholic. I want to be an addicted gambler. I want to be, this douche that is no use to anyone. Right. And I want to be the jerk of society. I want to be hated by people around me. I mean, who wakes up one day and say that, right? That's the thing is.
But ironically, like you could say the same thing about the first day that you graduate college or high school or whatever, and you enter into the working world. Nobody ever says like, in 20 years from now, I wanted to be depressed, have anxiety, hate my life, divorcing, like never spend time with my children. But we get up every fucking day and we go to these stupid jobs that nobody wants to do. You want to tell me you don't have any addictions in this world? When was the last time you missed work?
You're addicted to a paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I want to be crystal clear about this whole topic because I think this is one of the most fundamental lessons of this whole, year magical learning journey. Is you remember how we keep talking about how we need to find a new word for work, because work, when you think of work, it's negative, right? It's like, I got to go to work, even when you say the word,
it's a gotta.
I have to go.
I have to. It's not I get to, right? Difference.
And that does not mean that work is bad, right? Like in the same thing of addiction. When you hear the word addiction, even this lady, this whole book's about,
it's something bad. You're talking about somebody who's like doing
Instagramming, YouTubing.
Facebooking is a bad word now. I mean, Instagramming is a bad word now, and YouTubing is a bad word now. Tweeting is a bad word now. So how can you say it's when texting, gaming, shopping, right? news, right?
Yeah.
Food.
My what I was trying to get at is like the word addiction and the word work immediately have a negative connotation in our society. I mean, I think we both agree, like, if addiction and work are not bad things. If anything, like, that's why we're meaningful work and meaningful relationships is what we're trying to do. But also, addiction isn't a bad thing. If you're addicted to meaningful work and meaningful relationships, I predict you will have a fucking amazing life. Like that word immediately when you say the word addiction, I guarantee you 99% of people in this, and at least in our Western world, will go, "Oh, person's got problems."
Because people keep spinning it in a negative way, and that's what's surmounts all the news, the outlets that we get information from. It could come from other people too, like, hey, this guy's addicted to something. It's always about, oh, he goes from this high, you know, kind of person in society, now he's in a low person in society and is struggling, blah blah. So you always put a negative spin
Right.
on the word addiction. He's addicted, he has addiction, he has whatever, and
He
then
struggles with addiction.
every single meaning that comes out somebody's mouth or somebody's writing, it is telling of some sort of a negative event that is associated with the word addiction. And so that's why people see addiction as a negative thing. But an addiction is not, it's neither positive or negative. It's both, because you can be addicted to something positive. You can be addicted to being honest and be addicted to something that is truly desirable in a way, whether you're
Addicted to your
defending
purpose.
the helpless, you're addicted to dogs and cats, or people that you want to surround yourself with, and you look at, I mean, people, there are addictions, there's all sorts of addictions, but
Mother
people
Teresa was fucking addicted to helping people in Calcutta or whatever. She spent her whole entire life. She gave up everything and moved to Calcutta, and we call that virtuous.
but you don't call that addiction.
No, you don't call that addiction, but she was clearly addicted to helping,
She's addicted.
poor people in areas of the world that didn't have the access to that. Alex Honnold, you remember the first time I told you about the Why Are You Yelling podcast? Our first massive topic was about, is Alex Honnold the same, an addict? And I was like, because we were talking about the implications of the film crew filming him doing his free solo attempt. And we were like, would you film somebody doing heroin? And say, hey, just want to see what happens, even though or fentanyl, I guess, at this point in time, whatever, you name it, drug of choice. The comparisons are very much a corollary, except for society goes, well, Alex Honnold's not doing anything bad. Alex Honnold just likes to climb mountains and rocks and stuff like that. What do you think the death rate is of free soloers in this world?
I don't think there's many.
I mean, because there's not that many, because they die. Like, one day Alex Honnold will accidentally slip. You can't always be perfect every time you climb a rock somewhere. So one day his addiction will kill him. We're just cool with that. But you could say the same thing about somebody that had a fentanyl addict or
one of these
days they're gonna die. But my point of what I'm getting at is like, we say Alex Honnold's addiction is okay. Like, we make movies about it and we win Oscars for that movie, and we celebrate Alex Honnold's determination and his grit and his focus and his, whatever. You don't think a heroin addict is focused? Like, you know how much work
they'll do anything.
They would do anything. What are you doing? Are they the right activities that align to your life and what you care about? That's really all that matters at the end of the day. Like, because if it doesn't, then they're both wrong, like, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, the addiction, like I say, all of us are addicted to something, and I think it is beyond our ability to want or not want. Because if you're a beaver, you are addicted to water. I don't care what you say.
And damming.
You're addicted to water, and for whatever reason, you feel compelled to build dams and swim in the water, and then you do it again and again and again.
Right.
That's your instinct, right? And
you
don't choose it, right? You have a certain gene pattern that make you who you are, and you must live as that, or you can go against it and suffer. It is what it is. I mean, if you like cold weather, you go in the hot weather, you're gonna suffer regardless of whether you want to or not. You can't really adjust.
I mean, you can adapt, but
no, you can adapt. You can survive, but you won't thrive.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It won't kill you, or it kill you slower than you expect. You say, well, it didn't kill me right away, then it must be good for me. No, not really. Because if you are in an environment that's suited for you, you can probably live twice as long. But if you live in a place that is not, well, you still live because you may have some ability to survive, but your lifespan will be shorter than you would have living in a environment that is suited for you.
Right.
So I mean, tell me if you have two identical beaver, one you put it in its environment, one you put it in a desert environment or any other environment other than the environment it's suited for. Just do experiments, see how long these creatures live. Do they live the same, longer, or shorter? I mean, what would you think?
Well, at least for the interim, it'll probably be shorter unless they developed, as they were forced to be trapped in a new environment. Maybe they developed over time a different
But then
genetic makeup.
then I have a different
Yeah, that's
genetic
true.
makeup.
Yeah,
I mean, so my point's still the same. You are given a certain genetic pattern. You have to live as that.
Right.
If you have gained something different, then you are not the same. You're a different species, right?
Right. That's fair.
Because you have developed something. You're not the same.
I just saw a 60 Minutes piece last night. I still watch 60 Minutes. I love it. It was about wolves and dogs. Obviously, dogs, modern day domestic dogs, are descendants of wolves, right? But like they couldn't be more different. I mean, like literally, like night and day, how they interact and how they perceive the world and how they, their natural instincts are completely different. Like the natural instincts of a dog are to be a true companion and follow orders from humans. That's how they've evolved and they've adapted. They are not the same species. Like a dog and a wolf are not the same. They are completely different. Like they literally, their DNA has changed. So if you want to call a dog a descendant of a wolf, like, I mean, sure, I guess you could say that, but like, I mean, they're not the same. They're not even close. Like, I mean, they're
not. I mean, they have adapted. Once they adapted, the DNA changed, so they have been given a different set of genetic patterns. So that is the pattern. So right now, you put a dog in the wild, it can't survive.
Well, it's homo puppy. Remember? I mean, this is
homo puppy. It can't survive.
Humankind, right? Like it's I mean, it's they're friendly.
It has developed a gene to dependent on humans, right?
And it's done a pretty damn good.
Is that gene is well suited to live in the environment of the humans, right? So that means that when it goes into the wild, it cannot survive because that gene they have, right, it's not its environment. So it is basically against it. So that dog won't survive that long.
My fucking dog sleeps in my bed every night, like a nice sleep number bed. Dogs didn't invent sleep number beds. Like they don't know what the fuck that is. Like my dog eats a nice meal every single night. She eats multiple meals every night because my son throws her food all day long. Like all she has to do is walk around and whip her tail around every once in a while and like lick our leg or something like that. And they get it. She gets to live in a nice house. Like she gets to sleep on a nice sleep number bed. She gets unlimited meals. I mean, she's got the fucking life. Like smart animal. Like those wolves are out foraging in the forest. And
but that's the thing.
Life every night.
You take a wolf inside and domesticate a wolf, it will die.
Yeah, it would.
And you put your dog out in the wild, it will die because they have changed its gene to be a loyal companion. And in return, right, because it traded in, like in quote. So however they traded, I'm not saying, hey, you can literally trade. It's by chance it get traded in the hunting genes or these loyalty genes. That means that it don't have no hunting genes. It doesn't.
Right.
I mean,
well, even limited. I mean, they have protection genes. I mean, I think
even hunting and protection is a little bit different.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't think a dog just goes out and kills like cats still have hunting genes. Like cats will still, go kill a bird just for fun. They'll be like, I just want to go kill a bird today, and they'll come back in and they'll be like, what's up? Like cats are not fully domesticated.
But that's why cats are not as a dog because they trade all of these genes.
Right.
So the thing is, you think about it. If you leave the cats in the wild, in like let it go, whatever, it can survive longer than a dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right, because if a dog, usually it can't survive that long.
Ironically, if you ask people what's better, cats or dogs, I bet at least 8 out of 10 people probably say dogs because they're friendly. Like cats aren't friendly. Like I mean, cats are little assholes.
Because you think about it, dogs are perfected by Mother Nature to live in man's environment. Cats aren't. Therefore, like
they're dick.
We are, for whatever reason, we are actually more attached to the dogs than we are attached to the cats.
Because they're friendly. They wag their tail every single time when you come home.
So the point is, it's the gene with humans and with dogs. The things that we do aligns. So that's what I'm calling aligning. When you align something, right? It furthers that. That connections. Meaning dogs are going to like humans more and humans gonna like dogs more than cats just because the genes align. Okay, we want what the dogs gives us, and dog wants what we give them,
Right. And
right?
cats,
So
we're
those
like
two
frenemies
align.
with cats.
And cats like, hey, you're kind of cool, you're kind of
Yeah.
cute, but sometimes you're a little bit, too arrogant, too cold in a way. So forget you, whatever. And
Right.
so that's what I'm saying is when you have the gene, you have to express and be that, regardless of what you want. You can
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm a dog, I want to be a wolf. Well, you can't be a wolf.
Don't. It's a bad idea, man.
Dog, yeah, just do that puppy face. It's the best thing you can do. Don't go out there saying,
Right.
"Oh, I'm a wolf." I'll show you my power. I'll show me hunting skills. No one cares because in this environment, you can show puppy face. Everybody say, "Oh, here's a little snacks." This, and I mean, everybody's gonna pet you and gonna feed
Right.
you. It's gonna scratch you. It's gonna, you know. But if you're like show your teeth, right? No one's gonna give you any food. No one's gonna pet you. No one's gonna. No one.
Right.
I mean, if people are gonna kick you, I mean, you show
Put
your
you
teeth.
outside.
Exactly. So you think about it, it's all about the gene, and you have to be the species that the
Yeah.
gene gives.
Reciprocal. I mean, honestly, it's like it's not much different than the who domesticated who with the corn and the agricultural revolution, right? Like you might say that we control the production. Well, no, we don't. I mean, there's way more corn stalks in this world than there are probably humans, and it doesn't even exist without humanity. Literally, corn doesn't exist in the wild. We created it and we've championed it, and we like it's a big thing, Anyway, we're a little off topic, but it always goes back to the beaver dam analogy that we always use, which is like if you got to be addicted to something, like animals just know what they're addicted to. The good thing about us is we can kind of choose what we want to be addicted to. That's a double-edged sword, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, everything is always a double edge. So that's what I always say. Because
Right.
when you have, let's say, when you have information, well, it's too much information. Which one is correct?
That's true.
Right.
I mean,
so as a human, a dog's is easy. It has only a few things you're going to be good at, and it just does it.
well, that we know
Us,
of. To be fair, I
us.
mean, yeah.
Well, I mean to give it
From
of
what
a relative
we see.
perspective, right? Look at the option for human. Look at the option for dogs, right? Yes, I'm saying it probably more than 2 or 3, but I'm giving you more of
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
the gist of it, right?
I'm just giving
I
a
mean, 2 or
caveat
3
there.
versus 100, or it could be
Right.
100 versus a couple thousand, a million. You think what kind of genetic combinations that human can possess?
I think a lot.
I mean, more than trillions
Right.
of combinations. And
Right.
so for us, because we have a vast range of genetic that we can have the ability to influence, and we have the ability to be a programmer as well as a computer, right? That give us a lot of range, a lot of options. Because of that, option can be paralyzing because they have so much.
Or it can be not paralyzed and you just do it automatically. Like, I mean, it could be the
Because
opposite. Like,
I mean, this is very fundamental. Because, like I say, in the advent of Amazon was great because you go on there and you search for a mouse or whatever. They give you one best option. Okay, I choose it. Easy. Now
right.
they give you 30, 100. It's like my life is complete wrecked. I can't even choose $10 piece of cable. I mean,
Right.
it's a fucking $10. I probably waste that more in the instant that I start looking. I mean, I pay more on electricity and more on the power that runs my machines to even choose that, right? But that's the
Yeah.
thing, right? Because we have so much options,
Uh,
it paralyzes, and that's for us. Like let's say, hey Chris, hey, you can clean toilets, right? You have the ability to clean like completely, like smacking clean these fucking disgusting toilets.
Right.
Oh, if I can do that, I must be good at that. That should be my mission in life, right? So to say that you can do it just because you have the capacity, because within your wide range, you have the ability to do something like that. But that does not make you become this addictive toilet cleaner person.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just making exaggerations to prove a point. But the thing is, when you have something close, like, oh, you're good at talking, you're good at convincing people. Oh, you must be,
A
you got to be a
salesperson.
lawyer. You're
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Right. Oh,
No
yeah.
question. You're a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is because just because you could do it doesn't mean that it's a right fit.
Yeah. Just because
like
I'm 7 foot tall doesn't mean I need to play basketball.
Just like you like to teach doesn't mean you want to be a teacher.
Right.
It between in other capacity. But that's what I'm saying, is because of our human ability to be able to accomplish tasks, right? But it's not the right fit. for dogs and other people, like for a beaver, well, it can't run that fast, so it can't be a hunter. Just can't. It can't now has wings, it can't fly. So the choices are limited. So it's easy for it to follow its instinct for us because our instinct, well, our advantage is also our disadvantage. Our advantage is range. We have a lot of range.
Yep.
Right? That means like for you, like
it means more options.
I mean, I don't like to sell, but can I sell? I probably can sell, right? I don't like to write, but can I write? Yeah, I can write. But that doesn't mean I want to be a writer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
Right? And vice versa too. Everything has its pros and cons. That doesn't mean that I'm better than a short person or inferior to a short person, and vice versa.
Right.
Because when you're tall, you have hard time fitting into smaller spaces, or you're gonna have to buy clothes that's bigger, that's more fabric, you have to pay more. It's more expensive.
Yeah,
when you're tall, I can reach high places. So there's always pros and cons in every single thing. It's always your strength or could be your weakness. But you have to find the right fitting.
I don't actually think you pay more money if you're 6'8". I don't know that your shirts are more expensive than the same shirt for somebody that's 5'5". Like, what the fuck? No.
I'm taking exaggeration to make an example. When that's what
I agree.
But essentially, you think about it. If I buy the fabric by the yard,
right,
and I have to sew the shirts for a tall 7'7"
No, I'm saying like what shoes that are a size 20 shoe and a size 8 shoe are the same price. Like, I mean, why is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
in a logical perspective, if I buy like a 3x3, meters of whatever, there's only so much shirts or pants I can make out of that sheet of fabric, right?
What you're saying makes a ton of sense. I'm baffled as to how that's not reality, because like kids' clothes are cheaper than
because it's all about psychology. Because baby clothes are actually more expensive than adult clothes.
Oh, you mean like on a per thread count?
No, adult, like my shirt here, like is about like $10, right? A baby shirt is $30.
$30? What baby shirts are you buying?
They're not cheap.
What? I mean, I guess I don't ever buy them, but I hope to
baby clothes are expensive. I don't know about you, but I mean, maybe you're too rich you do notice it, but
I don't know. I've never bought them. I mean, my wife
your shirt, like shirt that we wear, is like cost $5, right? T-shirt costs $5. For kid shirt, I mean, expensive, $22, $30, and it's tiny. And so baby clothes are actually more expensive. I have 4 kids, so I'm complaining.
Fair enough. All right, we're off topic. I did want to say one thing you said earlier about more choice, the harder it is, the more paralyzing it can be potentially. As soon as you said that, it made me think about TV and Netflix. I remember when I was younger, I used to go to Blockbuster, like on a Friday night with a date or something like that. And we'd pick up like 4 movies for the weekend or something, and we would watch them and then we would take them back. Like, I haven't seen even a movie. I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus, I have Amazon Prime Video, I have HBO, I have Hulu. We have all these platforms, and I don't ever fucking watch a movie ever. Ever. And honestly, because there's so many options, like I get paralyzed going, I don't even know I don't even know what even platform to even start on to go look for a movie these days. It's made me anti-movie, and sometimes too much choice is awful. Like, because you're like, I don't want to do anything. I think that's a really good point.
It's always, not sometimes, always. Right, choices makes it hard. Because we are wired, okay? We are wired to want to pick the best. Like I was asking before, I ain't gonna ask you to be my coach in tennis serve. Right. I said, hey, Chris, show me the forehand because I know your best forehand.
Right.
We want the best of the choices, even though you don't have to be the best among the world. As long as inside of the group, we want to choose the best. Which girl do you pick? The one you like the best, right? Not the I like the second best or I like the third best. That's our genes. You cannot go away from if you diverge from that gene, you feel bad.
You're lost.
You feel remorse, buyer's remorse, or whatever, right? It's like, yeah, I should have got the other one. I mean, my wife does this all the time. Okay, this is something. I think that's her. I mean, it's just who she is, right? She buys something, right? But she still research on it. Say, hey, I still want to know that I did make the right decisions in buying this a car or whatever it is. She buys it, and to me, I told her, I say, honey, you already buy it. Why keep looking? Like You already make the decision. Be happy with it regardless.
Right.
But no, she want to say, I want to make sure the other one are not better. When the other option, the new option that comes into her purview and is not better, she feels happy because she knew that what she chose was the best. Because if you see something like, it's just like you buy the Tesla, right? Buy Tesla before they lower the price. But now they lower the price, and now my car isn't as good. So I'm like, shit, they feel bad, and people get angry, and people would demand the money back and compensation from Tesla, whatever. But that's the thing is, we have that gene. We are wired to do it. So if you go against your genes, you will suffer.
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's awful. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty purged on this one. Just, I think the moral of the story is like,
People must damn.
yeah, people must
I don't know
make,
what else I can say.
just do control your addictions. Like, embrace them.
Align your addiction, not
Right.
control. Align your addiction.
Yeah.
You can't control anything. I'm sorry,
That's true.
but
Yeah.
up until this point, when I have learned, throughout our journey, we cannot control anything. Like I say,
That's true.
I know, right? My $10 is not worth a single. I mean, because I make enough money. Like you, me, we make enough money. Okay, we're not rich or anything like that, but we're not the poor. So for a $10 cable or $10 mouse or whatever, it's not worth our time to spend an hour or days into it. But because we have that gene, we had to find the best mouse, even it's the slightest improvement. We want it. And if we did not have the confidence that we chose the right one, we have this drag on our mind, right? So to me, I know, right? I should not do it, but I can't control it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not like I want to, go and figure out, hey, this mouse has a millisecond faster response than the other mouse.
Right.
Well, I want it. For whatever reason, I have that gene that compels me to spend days on a $10 product where
Right.
an hour I can make,
Wild.
you know what I mean? And I knew that was completely waste of my time and waste of my money. And I knew that my system too tells me this is not the right way to go. But why are you doing it? I
Right.
can't control it. I had that gene.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I agree.
don't say control something. Say align. Okay, I found out and discovered that I'm an eagle, a beaver, or whatever. Okay, what does a beaver do? Okay, I'm going to align myself with that environment and let the gene express itself.
I couldn't agree more. 100%. I think you just nailed that, because you're right. It's align your environment around the stuff that you care about most and just let it go from there. Like, this is the power of habit. This is the Atomic Habits, kind of book. This is everything. Like, you struggling to bring the habits in that you want in your life, align your life around it and make sure that you make your addictions better, and you'll be very happy. You'll start the upward spiral of the world that you want to live in, 100%.
Yeah, and you're gonna feel good about it because you let your gene express itself in an environment that aligns to it, just like a beaver in a pond.
Yeah. I mean, you'll feel fulfillment, I guess, is what what I would say. So the question that we could leave for everybody is, what are you addicted to? And do those addictions align to the life that you want to live? Simple question, something to think about, though. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for another riveting episode.